Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you can tell by the title down below, in this video I'm going to be making banana cupcakes with a cream cheese frosting. Super excited for this and we're just going to get straight into it. Alright, on this screen is everything that you will be needing for the cupcakes. When we get to the frosting, I'll put in the ingredients for the frosting. So, 3 medium, good decent sized bananas. Alright, to the bowl I'm taking my potato masher to mash these up. People use a fork. That kind of looks cool. Yeah, people use a fork. You can use a fork, but why use a fork? Whoa. If it's just going to just be easier. So, they're actually a little tough still. I thought they'd be more softer. But, all good. It'll be all good. Back to this bowl here, we want to add in pretty much all of the wet ingredients plus the sugar. So, 1/4 cup of softened butter, which I ended up melting a little bit because it wasn't soft. I didn't have any. So I just got them from the store, which is obviously in the fridge. But if it gets melted, completely fine. So 1/4 cup of butter, 1/4 cup of milk. I'm using low fat milk, hoping it'll be okay. I'm sure it will be. 1/4 cup of vegetable oil or canola oil. I'm using vegetable oil. You want to crack in 2 eggs at room temperature. Whoops. Please don't add any shells. And to this I'm just going to mix it all in. Alright, so now I'm taking out my electric beaters, but before I use that I want to add in the sugar. So in this here I got 1/2 cup of brown sugar and 2/3 of a cup of white sugar on a low to medium speed. Alright, so after just a few minutes, just to get it nice and combined, and the more you mix it as well, and the softer that the butter banana gets, the more fragrant the banana is, so love it. Taking a sifter and container of my dry ingredients, I just done like this just to get it all easy and ready. So we got 2 cups of plain flour, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of bicarb soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. So all together into the sifter. Taking a silicone spatula, I just want to fold it all together until just combined. So I'm just going to be using 2 tablespoons to move the batter into each liner. We only want to fill them up about 3/4 of the way full. Alright, so I've made 12 here. I've got enough mix to possibly do maybe 3 or 4 more. So I'm just going to be baking these ones because you definitely want to leave it in your middle shelf in your oven. So these are now going to go into the oven. It's been preheated at 175 degrees Celsius for about 15 to 18 minutes. So now we're going to be doing the cream cheese frosting. So about 1/2 cup of softened butter. Again, I had to put in microwave because I forgot to leave my butter out. I put it back in the fridge. Anyway, we want 1 packaging of cream cheese, which is 250 grams of cream cheese, softened as well. Do that about 1 teaspoon of vanilla, but I'm just going to use the rest because I don't have much left anyhow. And we're just going to whip this all together until it's nice and fluffy. Alright, after about 5 minutes of beating it up, I'm going to add in about 3 cups of icing sugar, just a cup at a time. So I'm just going to kind of mix it in first while it's off, just so the icing sugar doesn't puff up everywhere. And start off slow and then slowly increase the speed. Alright, we're going to add another cup. And the same process, kind of mix it in first. Start off slow, then increase the speed. I'm just going to go in and give it a good scrape. 1 more cup and the final cup of icing sugar. So the cupcakes that came out of the oven, the first 12 over this side, you can see the first time when I've touched it to see if it's spring back, it wasn't done. So there was like 15 minutes. When I did test it, I was like, oh, a couple more minutes. I kind of got until about 6 minutes later. So they did end up being in for 21 minutes. I think it is a little too long. The last 5 over here, I checked them at the 15-minute mark again, needed a couple of minutes. I came back in a couple of minutes. So I came back in about the 18-minute mark and I took them out. So yeah, definitely keep your eye on them. If your finger falls through like this, they don't need any longer than 5 more minutes. But for now, we're going to do the icing. I am the worst person at decorating and icing cakes, so let's see how this goes. Yeah. Actually, that's not too bad for my first attempt. I'm pretty proud of that, but that could be a fluke, so we'll see how we go.
Good looking cake, honey.
Thank you. So pretty much what I'm attempting to do is just in the middle, outwards in one layer, and then on top, back into the middle. That's a bit dodgy, but it's okay. We can just put that to the back and this side looks much better. So, alright, so I'm just going to go along and continue piping the icing on all these cupcakes. Oh. Alright, so here are the cupcakes. I made the banana chips from scratch. Like, it's just dehydrated slice of banana. Which, honestly, I'm not going to try because I don't like banana chips. But I just done it for the ganache.
Nothing chip about it.
It's decoration.
There's nothing chip about it.
Oh, it's decoration, not ganache.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was for the decoration. So this one, I think this is the one that went in for about 17 minutes. The first batch I left it in for too long, but...
Oh, that's because me and Granny were here.
I'm going to try it.
Oh, that's a big bite.
Not really.
Well, it's good. They do need to be back in the fridge because the frosting is starting to melt a little bit, but they're tasty. Alright, so that's all for today's video. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye! So that is all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please give it a thumbs up if you did and subscribe down... Who was that?
Bullshit!
I did not do it that loud.
That's stinky!
Oh!